But sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to be Dr. Phil today. Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, I'm Lala. Welcome to my channel. If you're returning, then hey girl, what's up? How you doing? So today's video is gonna be a little bit different. If you guys have ever noticed in my intro, I do have food for thought there in my, categories. So this is gonna be like a get ready with me. We're gonna go out to eat together and I'm gonna be talking to you guys about whatever topic, while I do my getting ready, And today's topic is self-love and self-care. So that's what we're chatting about today. Disclaimer, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a life coach. I'm just a young woman that has gone through a lot, and I feel like I've been around and I've experienced enough to give a good opinion on what I think self-love and self-care should be, and anything else. So if you guys want to see how I got this look today, if you guys want to see what I'm going out to eat, where I'm going out to eat, and if you want to hear me, chat about self-care, keep watching. Okay, so my brows are basically done. I didn't want you guys to have to sit through the catastrophe of me trying to do my eyebrows on camera, because no. So I feel like in order to really practice self-love, you have to know what it is or have like a good understanding of what self-love is. So by definition, self-love is defined as regard for one's own well-being and happiness, chiefly considered as a desirable rather than narcissistic characteristic. So self-love is just truly just loving who you are rather than being like overly obsessive with yourself. I'm the best, fuck everybody, and narcissistic-y, And I feel like it should be talked about because I don't know about y'all, but my parents didn't really say, they would say the cliche things like, oh, you have to love yourself and put yourself first, but they don't really make you understand what that is fully. But I mean, like as a teenager or a young kid, you won't really get it that much anyway until you get older. Just in my personal opinion, based off my life and my experience, I feel like self-love is very important, and it's something that I feel like all people should practice. I never read like that actual Google definition until just now, but in my opinion, self-love is basically just knowing who you are and loving who you are. Like if you don't love who you are, that's why you need to watch this video, because you need to find out how to love who you are so you can give yourself that love and send it back out to other people in the world. So I feel like self-love and self-care are two different things, and I kind of want to break down what I mean by that. But first I'm going to start with self-love itself. It's a few things that you have to contribute to your life in order to experience the self-love, if that makes sense. I got my little notes right here. So I broke it down into 3 parts just to make this video a lot less complicated. I feel like the number one thing that you have to do in order to accomplish, experiencing self-love is knowing yourself and understanding yourself. Like understanding why you react to certain things a certain way, or understanding certain characteristics about yourself that you need to know how to maneuver in life with. So one thing about me that I had to learn is that everyone has their own opinion and that I'm not always right. Not that I'm not always right, but that people are allowed to have their own opinions and their own beliefs, and it's not just what I think. For example, let's say we were having a conversation and it's about a topic that's a little sensitive. Like the old me probably would tell you that something you said was dumb. That's not nice. You shouldn't do that. I feel like everyone is entitled to their own opinion, and yeah, everyone thinks different. Not everyone is gonna have the same thoughts or beliefs as you. So what I had to learn was that, and to not talk someone else down because of their belief, and just say it to myself in my head, find a professional way to go about continuing the conversation. Listen to the other person's viewpoints. If I have a counter, I will. But 9 times out of 10, when you do that, you're gonna understand why the other person has the belief. You're gonna understand why they feel that way about whatever it is. So I had to learn to value other people's opinions, or let people, explain their feelings and, why they believe a certain thing. Basically, agree to disagree. So now that I know that about myself, it's so much easier to move on and maneuver through life and have conversations with people. People tell me all the time, like, oh my God, I love talking to you. It's so easy to talk to you. Which is a gift and a curse, because I do love sharing my advice with friends and family or whoever. But sometimes I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to be Dr. Phil today. Another aspect of that can be understanding, your emotions. Understanding why you react to certain situations a certain way and learning how to control that. Like if every time there's traffic, you just have road rage, and maybe it stems from, I don't know, seeing your parents have road rage or something. And every day you're just mad about this 5 o'clock traffic because you get off at 4:45 every evening. So you're grumpy in your car when you know you got to deal with it, so you just have to deal with it. You understand why you are triggered. You understand that you can't do anything about the traffic. This is what you have to do to go to the trap and go work. So you learn how to control those emotions. You find different ways to occupy yourself during the traffic. Have your favorite songs on, have a concert in your car, sneak on Instagram when you're stopped. You don't have to be angry and lashing out on things all the time. You have to find out ways to woosah. Okay? So that's basically about understanding yourself and who you are. Once you know all of that about yourself, I feel like the next important thing that you need to know in order to accomplish self-love is you need to know your worth. Okay, so now we know who we are. We know that we like ice cream on Wednesdays. We know that we are very intelligent and we like to watch animal documentaries. I don't. And we know that we make some bomb-ass spaghetti. So now we have to value ourselves with these things that we know about ourselves. One time I actually took the time out to make a list and just write down all the things about myself that I loved. Maybe kind of like a pros and cons type of list. And with that, I was able to balance what I felt my value was. And with the things that I needed to change or work on, I kept in consideration and I work on them every day. Like, I'm not making this video as a healed professional guru. I'm human. I learn something new every single day. One thing that I think people get confused about in this little realm of life is, especially men, they like to replace you, having value with yourself with what do you bring to the table. And first of all, in my opinion, I don't think any man should ever ask any woman that, okay? If you're interested in her, you should be learning the things that she brings to the table. You don't need to be asking someone like this is an interview. I didn't meet you on Indeed, okay? Like, one thing that helped me think about, like my worth, I would imagine like my role model, okay? Think of someone that you truly, they inspire you to, go after your dreams, whether it's a family member, your favorite celebrity, just one of your good friends, whatever the case may be. Imagine that person. What type of standards do you think they have, or what type of pedestal of respect that you think they possess about their own selves? Like, you probably think, they feel worthy, they feel like they have smarts, they have potential, they have talent, or whatever the case may be. We should think about things like that and take them into consideration when it comes to our own selves, because, okay, let me say one of my role models. One of my role models would be, you guys already know, if you know me, Nicki Minaj is like she's been my role model for years. Not just because of her talent, but because of her, work ethic and personality, and a Black woman who made it in this world. I know Nicki probably has her own, insecurities. Like she just said in her interview with Joe Budden that she used to be concerned, or, I guess, a little insecure about her body when she would be around Young Money and Lil Wayne, and they would be talking about, you know, like all the big booty girls, and at the time she didn't have a big booty. Okay, so that was like a moment in her life where she, you know, she shared that she had that insecurity, but none of us would ever know that. But me thinking of her, I know that she holds herself to a high standard. Like she said, if you accept the pickle juice, you're gonna be drinking pickle juice. I don't wanna drink pickle juice. I feel like I'm worth more than to just be drinking pickle juice. And that's a metaphor for settling for less. Let me use the greatest example in the world, relationships. I love myself enough that I know that I don't deserve to be with someone that's gonna treat me bad, someone that's verbally abusive, someone that's physically abusive, someone that does for others the way that they should do for me, but not for me, but for other people. I am worth more than settling for something like that. I know women out here that settle for things like that and deal with this toxic. These women really do deal with this toxic stuff, and I wish women would wake up to that and not settle for, you know, these type of guys. By the way, I love this foundation. This is the Estee Lauder. I just got it. I've been going through a foundation phase because for some reason the colors aren't matching me. My skin tone is very weird when it comes to light. Sometimes I'm like brown, sometimes I'm like yellow, sometimes I'm orange, sometimes I'm... So foundation has been a problem, but this so far, I love it. I do mix it a little bit on my cheeks because I like to put a darker foundation there so I don't look too pale. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that I actually really love this foundation. Just to wrap up knowing your worth, it's just like, just think about the woman or the man, whoever you are watching. Just think about the person you aspire to be, like the person you want to be once you make it, or when you feel like you've accomplished what you were supposed to accomplish. Think about the type of person that you want to be and the type of people you want to have around you, and you know, whatever the case may be, your living space, where you would like to live at, what kind of car you would like to drive, the way you would like to raise your kids. Think about your future and how you want your future to be and how comfortable you want to feel in it. You know, all these different areas of life that you can work on in the meantime. So when it's time for you to be that girl or that woman that you want to be, you're there mentally. You know, you're not just there because you finished your degree and you got the job. You need to be there mentally too. I also use this NARS. This is what I was talking about when I said I like to mix, because I have dark spots on my cheeks, if you guys didn't notice. So I like to put this there because it's a little bit more full coverage than the Estee Lauder, and it does give me that, it tones it a bit. So when I put my bronzer on, I get a nice definition. Okay, and last but not least, what I think, in my humble opinion, that we should practice doing in order to accomplish self-love is appreciating things more, like appreciating our life more. The best way for me to explain what I mean is to give you personal experience. So I am gonna talk, you know, from my own perspective. I feel like right now, today, I mean, I'm sure I can be happier, I'm sure I can be more thankful and more grateful, but I feel like right now in my life, this has been the best I've ever felt, mentally, physically, spiritually. Like, no, I don't feel like I got everything figured out, but I think I'm figuring it out, you know? But when I say appreciating your life, I bring that up because there was a time when I wasn't feeling my best, but I was still, you know, trying to make the best of every day, still pushing, still going, still working my boring ass jobs or my crazy ass jobs, whichever. I had depression periods, and even today, as happy as I feel I am, I still have days where I'm down. Whether it's provoked by someone else, allegedly, or if I'm just upset about myself and insecurity or whatever the case may be, I still have those down days. So back then when I wasn't this happy or wasn't this content, I still had those down days, but it's like 10 times worse when you're It's 10 times worse when you're in a bad predicament. Your living space isn't good, you ain't got no money, you ain't got no job, you ain't in school, stuff like that. It's very hard to pick yourself up out of those days. And one cliche thing that people will tell you is, oh, you know, people have it worse than you. And it's cliche. When you're going through something bad, you don't want to hear that. You don't want to hear that. All you're thinking is, I need to get out of this predicament. I need a fast way to make money, or whatever the case may be. It's so cliche and nobody wants to hear that at all when they're going through something, but it is the truest thing. The things you don't want to hear are like the truest, okay? It can be way worse. I remember those days and I just thought my life was over. The world was a big piece of crap and just a load of lies and garbage. I had to realize, yes, there are things that we've been through that we probably wouldn't have experienced if it weren't for other people causing those things. But if you hold on to that and just have this grudge, then you're just gonna be angry and you're in your own little bubble. You get like in a sunken place and it's hard to get you out of that. I just feel like the best way to get out of that is to actually sit alone in silence or wherever you are, not around other people, and realize that it can definitely be a lot worse. And when you realize that, it kind of helps you push towards, okay, now what can I do to make my situation better? Because these people over here don't have it as good as I have it. If they had the resources I had or that I'm able to access, maybe they would push to have whatever they desire and what they feel like they're worthy of, or whatever they feel like they're worthy of having. They would work towards those things if they had the resources. Here I am with the resources, crying, eating a bunch of ice cream. Yeah, I lost that job, but I can go on Indeed, apply for 1,000 more, and I might get one of those jobs, maybe even two. These people can't even get to the internet over here in this country, and I'm complaining about the job I just lost when I can just get another one. When you're grateful for everything that you have, you know who you are as a person, and you know your worth, that's where you can have the self-love. You know who you are, you basically understand you, and you just love yourself. And that's how I feel about this girl right here. She is so amazing, okay? Now let's talk about self-care. So self-care is obviously the action of caring for yourself, taking care of yourself. But let's read the definition, you know, just to go off of that. So the Google definition of self-care is the practice of taking action to preserve or improve one's own health. Boom. Tootie's sweating. It's hot over here. So now we have the self-love. We loving ourselves, right? Now we gotta see how to maintain that love. We gotta take care of ourselves, okay? Self-care. I also broke this down into 3 sections just to make this video easier for y'all to watch, because I know I could probably talk a little longer, but I don't want to kill y'all with it. So the first thing on my list for self-care is doing things that make you happy. What do you have a passion about, or what do you just like? Like, what's your interest? If your thing is to read books, maybe pick a day out of the week where you tune everything else out. You take a trip to Barnes and Nobles, but the one with the Starbucks, so you could get a Frappuccino along the way. And then go browsing, look and see in your favorite category, get a new book, and while you still have time for that free day, start reading on a book. If you're into cars and you like cars, you can spend time watching car videos on YouTube when you have free time. You can take interest in those car shows and, you know, participate, maybe go to a few car shows, do something that you love. If you watch this channel, you already know I love shopping. I'm gonna sit right here like I'm doing right now, get real cute, and go spend some money I ain't got no business spending, because that makes me happy. I can't take that money with me when I'm gone. Who knows when I'm gonna be gone. I am spending this material thing. Like, y'all can hold on to it. It's depreciating in value anyway with Biden in office. Oh, excuse me, sorry, I should never said that. That's what I love to do, and that makes me happy. I also love to sit in here in my room, click on YouTube, watch a video just like one I'm watching now. It's like scientifically proven that your body releases off these endorphins when you're happy, when you do things that make you happy. So I think you should treat yourself. Treating yourself is not only, you know, just like me shopping or buying myself something new. I mean, I'm about to bring up purchasing something, but treating yourself can be, you know, let's say every lunch break you go to the same sushi restaurant and you have the same thing because you want to stay in a certain budget. Sometimes it's not gonna kill you to spend the extra $5. Like, sis, just get the dragon roll. Stop with this California roll. Just get the dragon roll. We know you want the dragon roll. Get the dragon roll today. Treat yourself. Like, take yourself on a date. Like, right now what I'm doing is working because I'm recording for YouTube, but I mean, technically it's not work yet, but in my eyes it's work. I'm still treating myself. We're going on a date. We're going to eat at a teacup restaurant for no reason at all. Like, that's the ultimate level of treating yourself, in my opinion. I'm never really good at doing this part, but I think I'm getting better. So my last bullet for the self-care is related to the physical. Whether you like doing sports, if you just like to swim, if you like exercise, if you like yoga. I see a lot of girls are into yoga now, like yoga, Pilates, and all this other stuff that I'm not doing. I don't do like full out yoga, but there are a few, you know, positions that I like to do before bed or when I wake up in the morning. I feel like it's important. And I do like to work out at the gym. I mean, I don't like to, but I like the way I feel after I work out. It's important to work out for your health, mentally and physically. Treat yourself to a spa day and get a massage. That is also treating yourself, doing something to make you happy, and you working on a physical. The spa is like the ultimate self-care, okay? So those are my things for self-care, guys. Just make sure you're taking care of your mind, your body, and your spirit, okay? Just for a little bit more extra commentary on self-love and self-care, there are going to be people in your life, whether they mean harm or not, that are gonna probably try to discourage you from loving yourself so much. So there was a time period with me and a few friends that I had where, you know, everyone's going through their own thing. No matter what walk of life you come from, everyone has their own things that they're going through. And, you know, I just happened to start, you know, getting better. Things were working out for me. I felt like I didn't have anyone that I could properly vent my happiness to. Like, I was feeling so good and I had things I wanted to tell. Things I wanted to tell certain friends, and, you know, it would never be like a focused conversation on me. They would find a way to switch it to them, which is fine. But then I started to realize, like, damn, I could never say anything good that's going on for me. I actually had a friend that would overly do this to everyone, and I told her about it and she did not change. So I kind of felt guilty for feeling good, because whenever we converse, me and these friends, it's like I would have good things to say and they will have, you know, oh, this is what happened to me today. Which you want to pick your friends up, but sometimes you just can't because they're just that far gone, and you can only help people that want to help themselves. But you shouldn't feel guilty for being happy. You should actually be proud, but unfortunately, it's inevitable to not feel some type of guilt when you're doing good, especially if you're not from a family or a community where everyone is just thriving and happy. You know, like, it's not always that. So sometimes you're gonna feel guilty. That's another reason why I started doing YouTube. You know, it's like a creative outlet. Like, I can be creative with the way I edit and what I talk about and what I film and what I do, but I can also vent about my happiness. I can show you how excited I am about these shoes or this bag or this new makeup product or this new restaurant that we're going to for the first time. Like, I can vent my happiness, you know? That's all I have for the topic. I'm gonna continue to do my makeup. Yeah, just sit here, watch me get cute, and then we'll start getting dressed. Well, I have to do my hair. I'm just gonna touch it up a little bit, and then we'll get dressed and head out to go eat. Okay, so now I'm just waiting on my flat iron to heat up, so I'm gonna just throw on my accessories for today. This is my gold link chain from Sulu Shops. I don't think she's selling things anymore at the moment, but when she was active, I purchased. Support Black businesses, support your friends, okay? Two-toned JBW watch. Forgot the name of it. I'm wearing my little Chanel studs. Aren't they the cutest? I lost the back pieces though. So I just did like a quick little touch up. I'm in good time, but I'm not in the mood to do a full hair thing, you know? I just want to go with the flow. I feel like this is okay for today. So the place that we're going, it's like a brunch, but it's like a teacup vibes, but it's also Miami. So for fragrance, I was gonna do my Cartier. Been obsessed with this. If you watch my videos, you've seen this 100 times already, because this gives me brunch vibes, but I'm leaning towards my Coco Mademoiselle. So, or Mademoiselle, whatever. So we're gonna go with Mademoiselle. I know I spray a lot, but I love it, I have to. So now we're done with hair and makeup. Let me give you guys the outfit details. Okay, you guys, so here's my outfit in the full mirror. I have on, you guys probably seen this top, this skirt before in one of my recent videos. I actually have a top that goes to the skirt, but the strings for the back came out and I didn't feel like dealing with that today, so I turned the bottom part of the set into a top. I just tucked it in. Got my blazer on, Gucci belt, some high-waisted Fashion Nova jeans, booty looking good. Okay, okay. My Mara Louboutins and my Cimbino bag. I will have all the information about it in my description. This bag is 100% vegan leather. I do have a discount code. All of that information will be down in the description, as well as the video that I made on it. And yeah, this is my full outfit for today. I know I look like, this looks like more like a nighttime fit, but I was feeling it, so this is what we're wearing today, okay? All right, we're in good timing. I have to be there at 3. It's 2:08, but I'm about to leave right now because it looks like it's gonna rain and I wanna beat the rain because I have to walk from where I have to park to the restaurant. So let's head out. Look at this wind. I don't know what is going on right now. We're here. I was about 10 minutes late because I missed my exit and the roads are all fucked up, but she told me to give her 10 minutes and she'll have my table ready, so yeah.
Every second, every minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Saying if you a bad bitch, put your hands up high. Hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood. I'm talking about dark perfume. Go, go.
I recognize your fragrance. Hold up, you ain't never gotta say shit. And I know your taste is a little bit high maintenance. Everybody else basic. You live life on an everyday basis with poetic justice. Poetic justice. If I told you that a flower bloomed in a dark room, would you trust it? I mean, I write poems in these songs dedicated to you when you're in the mood for empathy. There's blood in my pen. Better yet, with your friends and them. I really wanna know you all. I really wanna show you off. Fuck God, pour up plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called round up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bitty range. I heard that she wanna go and party. She wanna go and party. Nigga don't approach her with that Atari. Nigga that ain't good.